But Jesus loves me. He loves you too. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Wasn't expected to have to go sell these drugs. You know me. Always selling drugs. Or buying drugs. I don't know which one I'm doing today. If I'm selling or buying, but no. If I'm out and I say I'm getting cards, it's because I'm buying drugs. Oh, the stupidity. I don't even know what the hell I'm gonna talk about. I had a fucking long ass drive ahead of me. I don't even know what I want to say. I just thought I'd come in and say hello. So, how many people here are proud of their anti-Semitism? I know I'm is. I don't think I could be any better. Like, when I look at how that whole ruse is pushed on us and how we're supposed to think and not question and blah, blah, blah. I'm actually really proud of myself because it takes a lot. Like, it takes a willingness to ostracize yourself and make yourself a pariah. Because we're just stupid like that. People don't like when somebody doesn't think the way they do. And they don't seem to be able to. I mean, it's strange because I say that, but then it's like, do the people that even oppose what I do they even think? Like, I always ask them, what they're here for, why they oppose me, what their issue is. Like, I always ask them those questions, and they never say anything that of merit. It might be some crybaby. Oh, you're just life. Like when we argue, and I know that if you experience it in multiple facets, then it's probably you. I get that. So I literally, like, I'll go over everything over and I'll just keep going over it. Like, okay, so what did I say wrong? What did I do wrong? How could I have done this differently? Should I have done something differently? I just consistently, I'll do that. And I end up finding myself in the same spot all the time where I'm just like, nah, I'm in the right. If I was wrong, I know when I'm wrong. I know when I step out of line. I know when I say something I shouldn't. I know all that shit. But that's, I'm not. I know when I'm wrong, and I'm not wrong. And just like, what the fuck is this? And just like when it comes to Israel or anything else, I'm not wrong. I'm gonna be proud and the thing I've earned my position. I've earned my arrogance. I've earned my confidence, I should say. There's a huge difference between confidence and arrogance. Confidence is knowing that you've done what it takes to, I always use the same example, but if you guys watched me play basketball every day, if every day I did a live video where I set up a camera and I played basketball, and for years now, I mean, as far as truther goes, you know, we're coming up on like, it'll be 20 years here soon where I've been like there's a digital footprint of what I've done. It's been a long time, and like it should be a lot easier to be able to point out something that I'm getting wrong. And in this long time, like I've done a lot. I've changed. I'm definitely not the same person I was when I first started. I'm not arguing the same things I argued back then. I never thought I would say that the Bible creation story makes more sense than the Big Bang. I never thought I would say that. But it's because I've looked into not just what the Big Bang says, but who wants us to believe that. Both of those elements of the equation are just as important. And we often don't talk about the who wants us to think the way we do. Oh, you're closing in on me, are you? It's going to be difficult for you this time, isn't it? You can't do shit. You're a coward. You're a coward with a tiny dick. And it's that tiny dick that really makes people crazy. I wish there was something we could do about it. You know, it's the tiny dick / big black dick myth that fuels most of racism. You know, is the foundation of racism. But it's serious too. Like if you were to ask, I mean, it just depends on who, your situation, obviously, but every female now your girlfriend's going to lie to you depending on how small your dick is, right? But if you ask females, they'll tell you that the guys with the biggest dicks were like the most tolerant and the most chill, the guys that were the most like, not just secure because they knew they had a big dick, but they were the ones that they were the least racist, the least sexist, the least whatever negatives you can find. And it's it's partially a big part of it is women, women. But then it's also our society, the way that our society does that, handles that. Like, it's just interesting. If you have a little dick, you should be more than okay with your chick introducing toys and shit in the bedroom. If you can't ring the bell, but she likes you as a person, then fucking figure out a way to ring the bell together. Definitely don't make it turn you into an internet troll. But I went into it pretty deep today, the whole Team Jorge thing. And I don't know how you are, like, you literally, you have to be high level stupid to not understand, ignore, discount, whatever it is, the Team Jorge thing. And these clowns always say, well, what's your where's your proof? Where's your proof? Where's your proof? If you're on my feed watching me all day, then what do you have to say about what I do? You're here, you watch me all day, so. And it's a strange, just how this cancerous mindset seems to exist everywhere. I don't think I have to explain it, but I do think I have to explain it because I think most of you are stupid. Like, look at the feed. Just look at the feed. There are people that are on my feed because they're mad at me, and they want to talk smack because they think I'm wrong. I guess. I mean, this is where you can never really figure it out, because if you try asking them like, "What are you? What's going on? What are you so upset about?" They literally have nothing to say, and they just clam up, and it's really weird how stupidity ends up dominating the scenario. And it like, I wonder, like, why does it work out this way? I can only assume it's the bots. I would think if it was humans they would get better, but then again, we are talking about the Jays, and the Jays are just really stupid people. Like, really, they are. If you start talking to any of them, you'll find that they're stupid. Their arrogance and their especially their supremacy. They're dumb. They're dumb. Yep, I'm on the way to my dealer. Yep. I mean, I'm selling. Am I buying or selling drugs this time? I don't remember. The Jays are just, it's the worst. And until you're willing to focus on the worst element of our society won't improve. Like, we have to be able to talk about the good and the bad. And it just seems like I work for Arete Engineers. Arete Engineers. Arete Engineers. That's who I work for. Go look me up. What does everyone think you're brain? See, because again, like, think about it. If I'm brain damaged, it's not like you guys can't understand the language I'm speaking. I'm asking questions. I'm pointing to things that are wrong and stupid, or just not whatever by my perspective. They're just the way they are. So if I was really all these things that for some reason I just want to come here and tell you how much I don't like you every day. Like, whatever that thing is, I'll never understand it. But if you really didn't like me, you'd want to shut me down. You'd want to make me look stupid. You wouldn't want me to succeed. And you wouldn't keep making me look good with your stupid comments. You'd actually debunk something I'm saying. You'd actually try to explain something. You'd be like a normal human being when it comes to how we learn and how we advance and all that stuff. But because you're stupid and I'm not wrong, you literally have nothing to say but stupid shit like, well, you're brain damaged. Because what else are you going to say? You're not even close to capable enough to have this conversation. What does this dumbass know about global politics? What does this dumbass know about history in any way, shape, or form? Like, this is a dumbass. And as always, if somebody could debunk me, they would. That's just what we do. Some pompous asshole like me who thinks he's the shit, thinks he knows everything, you'd love to knock me down a peg, but you can't. You just can't. Like, how many people are going to make the yellow submarine comment thinking they're fucking clever? Like, they're the first person to say it on part 59 of a video titled "Submarines Aren't Real." Like, that's what I'm saying. It's either a bunch of dumb bots, all programmed by the same narrative, or it really is a lot of stupid people. I mean, I guess the possibility of it being stupid people is real. I don't know. I would imagine even stupid people have better things to do than come make me look good. I mean, I know if I was watching this and I was just completely objective, I was just trying to see what was going on, and I saw all these people commenting and all these people watching, I'd be like, wow, man, What's this guy doing that has all this shit happening? And then I watched, and the person was like, hey, let's talk about the Jays. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about big boy, adult stuff. And then the comments, I looked at the comments, and it was all, you're brain damaged, and, you're stupid. I don't like you need to brush your hair. Shit like that. I'd literally just be like, why isn't anybody actually answering? Is everybody really? I wouldn't even ask. I would just assume everybody's really fucking stupid. I would assume you're too stupid to answer the question, or you would. You don't raise your hand in the class and the teacher's like, what? And you're like, I don't know. Raise your hand and be like, your hell is stupid, teacher. You don't do that shit. You fucking, you raise your hand, it's because you got something to say. So if you got something to say, fucking say it, man. Don't be shy. Don't be, I know you're stupid. You know you're stupid, but you have the chance to prove it. You say Tim knows too much. Again, don't you mean T-O-O? Come on, guy. Bots, man. Lots and lots of bots. It's crazy, too, when you look into it, and you look at how the narrative is given to you, that Facebook takes this very seriously, and they have removed hundreds of fake accounts from, made by the Philippines or made by, Russia, or hundreds of accounts have been taken down. And then you know about Team Jorge, and you know about Israel, and you see that it doesn't even, the Wikipedia and shit, they don't even talk about Israel in that regard. They call Philippines patient zero of the cyber, the whole cyber hacking, malign, whatever. It's just crazy, because if anybody were to look into it and they didn't know about Israel first and foremost, it wouldn't talk about it. And when you're talking about how Facebook is so, doing such good work because they took down a couple of hundred profiles, and that Team Jorge, just Team Jorge, that is one individual Israeli Black Ops organization. Not just Israel, not all of Israel, just one Israeli Black Ops organization. They have, in 2022, they had between 30 and 40,000 fake profiles that they brag about. It's a program, it's a system they call AIMS, the AIMS software, AIMS. And you just think, okay, so how are you going to pat yourself on the back for taking down hundreds when you, at the other side, you're saying, how Israel has 40,000 of these, not Israel, sorry, how this one Israeli Black Ops organization, well funded by the government, advertises that they infiltrate elections, and they advertise that they're bad guys, and they use cyber hacking and all that. That's their whole gig. I don't understand. I sit here and I'm like, okay, so I have a lot of dumbasses on here who play, they like trumpets, chimpanzees, America First kind of people. So if you're an America First person, or you give a shit, like you're a decent person, it doesn't even matter where you're from. I'm just saying, the America First Trumpanzees, this is proof positive that Israel is your worst nightmare. I don't understand what would make you not be interested in that, and definitely not interested in overthrowing that. You know, this shit is nuts. It's the Team Jorge shit is crazy. It sounds like something that if the way that Israel likes the way the Jays like to play things is like somebody's making up this whole thing against them, and if you were gonna make something up, this would be right there on the edge of believable before people would go, man, come on, they can't do that. They can't do that. But Israel brags that they can. And they do. Like that's just, it's so wild. And they literally, the group doing the expose filmed the guy doing it. Filmed the guy talking about being able to do it, then challenged him to do it, and he did it. And it's like, what do you think that they just do that in brown countries? Do you think they don't do that here? I find that strange, man. It's strange. It's strange. It's fucking weird to be like, to be so surrounded by such racism and bigotry and stupidity that at the same time is super arrogant and like thinks it knows better, but then when challenged just falls apart. Like it's so strange. If I was one of these trolls, I would be embarrassed. Like I wouldn't, if I don't know the subject matter and I can't engage the conversation, I don't bring the attention to that. I don't sit there and be like, hey everybody, I know we're at a stockbroker meeting, but I want to talk about peanut butter and jelly. Like, that seems so stupid. And the reality is, I've even gotten past this tell me what I'm getting wrong idea. And instead, just please, by any means, tell me anything good that the Jays Israel brings to this world. Anything. Just give me something. Because I've been asking this for a few days now. I've been asking it for a long time, but I've been really stressing it for a few days now. And I'm just wondering, like, what do you think it is? What the delusional mindset? What do you think it is? What do you think Israel does that makes things better? And again, you would think this wouldn't be a question that would make people angry. Why would you be mad at it? I mean, I guess if you're an insecure, selfish J piece of shit, you're going to get upset about it because, us dumb goyim are just supposed to believe it regardless. But if you're not a J and you're just a regular person, like, does that sound like an unreasonable question to ask? Especially once you start understanding just how much money, how much tax dollars they take from American people and give to Israel. Bro says he hates two things. Did I say I hate racism? Gosh, I don't remember saying I hate racism. I think racism is stupid. I think it says a lot about people, but do I hate it? It sucks. But like, you say it like I'm supposed to be like offended by, like, absolutely I hate them. I hate the Jays. I'm absolutely 100% proud of my anti-Semitism, but that's because I'm not stupid. If you're stupid, I get it. You don't understand, and you say things like, you shouldn't hate stuff, right? Stupidity says things like that. But I think this is it's our chance. Like we're so close. We really are. Their time is coming up, and life will be so much better for everybody in the world. That's what I like. Don't you want that? Isn't that what everybody wants? I just, again, you'd think it'd be simple, right? You'd think I'd be like, okay, so all you haters that literally come to every one of my feeds and watch me for hours, what's your issue? What's your main thing? What's the thing that has your panties in such a bunch that you would do such ridiculously flattering shit? Like I don't know what you think it's supposed to do, how I'm supposed to react, but to me, to have such a big fan base is flattering. You know, I'm happy to do it. Now, obviously, I'm doing something right. So you know, if you say you have an issue, like that's totally cool. I'm not Israel. I'm not super insecure. I can understand that. You know, you might not agree with me, but I'd love to hear why you disagree. Because hey, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe at the end of the day, I'm the one that's been getting things wrong, and I just need to like change my opinion, change my perspective. I can't do that if you can't point out where I'm wrong, what I'm wrong about. But, you know, again, I would assume that if you're here and you're so motivated to say something, then being challenged to say, like, actually say something, that shouldn't be so difficult. I give you guys more than enough. You know, I definitely don't hide from it, and I give you guys so much more than you know, like so much that you could focus on. You know, if you think cutting and sucking baby penises is okay, then let's hear it. If you think women's vaginas are disgusting, let's hear it. I'd love to hear your perspective. I'm so not worried about you. I don't know. I don't really know what else to do, right? Like if you're going to be like me and you're going to question things or whatever, other than going live, expressing how you feel and you know, what you think, and challenging people to engage you and prove you wrong, like I don't really know what else I'm supposed to do. Or, you know, I guess I do know what I'm supposed to do, but I don't know what else I should or could do to, you know, make me better. You know, I'm trying to make me the best me I can be. And if I'm, you know, if there's holes in my narrative or there's holes in my presentation and I'm fucking up, then help me. I don't look at criticism like it's some sort of negative. It's you're helping me. You're helping me get better. So, like all the people that talk about me brushing you need to brush your hair. Can you imagine if I actually gave a shit about how I looked and I took that time and I made myself as pretty as I could be? Dude, you guys would be in so much trouble. You guys would be in so much trouble. There wouldn't be anything you could do at that point. You know, maybe if I start doing this in a suit and tie. But I think there's so much to the point that, like, and I say it all the time, like, let's just say these cowards are right. And the truth is, I smoke all of the meth and I smoke all the crack, and I drink all the alcohol, and I'm consistently beating my wife, and I'm consistently hitting my kids, and I kick my dogs, and all the other poo-poo things you can come up with. Does any of that actually take away from what I'm talking about? How does anything I do lessen the fact that Israel is committing genocide? That the Israelis are consistently raping children in Hollywood and in the government and all that? How does anything that I could possibly do make that okay? It's the part I never understand. And I prove it all the time. I flat out call individual people pedophiles on here all the time. I point out which people I think are actually pedophiles, and they never deny it. Never. Never. They never react like you would think a normal person would react. Like, what? Fuck you, dude. Why would you say something like that? Fuck you, blah, blah, blah. That's disgusting. Those people need to die. That shit never happens. They tell me that I'm crazy, and that's it. Oh yeah, well, you're stupid. It's amazing. You would think it would be easier to find intelligent discourse, especially again, since I'm wrong and I'm the one that's going against all of the narratives. You think the way you're supposed to think, right? You believe whatever nonsense they want you to believe, whatever thing you're choosing, that's the thing you want to go with. You do that on your own. And to think it's just strange. It's such a weird experience. And I can't explain it other than it's Israeli bots. Nobody ever tries to explain it other than Israeli bots. No, dude, I'm this guy. I live here. I blah, blah, blah. Nobody ever does anything like that. The only time somebody will sort of hint that they're not Jay or deny it is after they've already said they are, and I point out how stupid they are, and they go, oh, wait, we're making us look bad. No, I'm not a Jay. That's about it. And anybody that wants to claim they're not, again, I'd love to hear what your reasoning is then. What are you so angry about? You big J supporter? You a big pedo supporter, are you? You think pedos are cool? You a big NAMBLA fan? What is it? What has you spending so much of your life watching me? Trying to, hurt your feelings. I'm gonna hurt your feelings. You hurt mine. It's phenomenal, man. It really is just a phenomenal experience. I know when I first started getting into it, I thought that, especially when I especially thought when I finally started going after the Jays, they're really arrogant, and they claim to be smart. They're supposed to be smart. So this might be a difficult thing. If they can start, if they can pick apart what I do, then I might be in trouble. But literally, I've been doing this for a long time, and I can't think of anyone that's, there's been a few Christians and whatnot, but I can't think of a single J that came through and was oh yeah, here, let me try to explain this, let me explain that. It's really telling. Especially when you think there's so many, when there's so much stupidity that maybe tries and fails so poorly, you would think like there would be somebody that would be like, no, you know what, I'm sick of you making us look bad, blah, blah, blah. Like anything, you would think it would be different. And it's just so it's telling that it's not. Because if there was anything that could be said, they would say it. It's so simple. People don't. I use the example of the restaurant all the time because, most of us have worked in restaurants or whatever, but I know none of you do, because I worked in restaurants and it never happened. I never saw it. I can't say never. I actually had a couple times it happened for me, but I never saw it happen for anybody else. That when people have a good experience, that they want to speak to the manager to tell the manager what a great experience they had. Lots of people complain. People look for things to complain about so they can get their free meal or whatever it may be. And every time my wife and I and my family go out to eat or whatever, if we do have a thank you so much, oh my God, I thought you were going to complain, but that's what they always say. It never happens. Nobody ever tells them how great that their restaurant is or how great a job they're doing. Because it's not what we do. We love to complain. We love to bitch. And I know, like, with the obsession that these people have with me, because again, I'm consistently talking about the bigger picture. I'm not interested in talking about me. I don't even care about, I don't care about fame and shit like that. I'm not doing this so that I can get laid and all that other shit. It's not about any of that. It's the big picture that needs to be addressed. And that's what my whole motivation is the big picture. And it's so shocking to me that that's so hard for me to do. It's so hard to get people to stop talking about me and being obsessed with me and instead talk about what's going on. That's just, it's crazy. I can't be that, that enticing. Why? Why are you so obsessed with me? So weird. I never could do it, man. There's plenty of times when I stumble on something and I might talk some shit about what they're saying because I actually address what they're saying. But I definitely never subscribe and come back and sit there for hours and all that shit. Usually, I can't even think, I don't even watch lives. But if I did, if I was reaching out and the person wasn't responding to me, I'd be like, all right, whatever. But I would never be like, I know you're talking about the way the world works or this, that, and the other. Well, I want to talk about submarines. I would never do that shit. That's just so strange. What motivates people? I think motivation is a huge part of logistics. And when you look at the logistics of all of this, it really doesn't add up. It doesn't add up to me being some crazy guy who's wrong about everything. The only thing that makes sense is that I'm saying and doing a bunch of things that they, the Jays, don't like. That the system doesn't like. Otherwise, it just doesn't work. It doesn't make sense. Why would anybody do this? I get it. I get that the Jays are just terrified of me. I totally I would be if I was them. knowing what my plans are and what, what my stated goals are and how I intend to handle their cancer, like, I would be terrified if I was them. But because I'm smart, that fear would mean I would try to tackle the problem. I wouldn't. I just wouldn't do the typical J thing. Pick the fight, call the cops kind of bullshit. That's not my style. And I just, I wish it was different. I wish, like, everybody that comments about submarines, especially if you've been here before, knowing that the purpose of this feed is to, overthrow the Jays and eliminate the pedophilia. What part don't you like about that? I'm so confused and so interested to know, like, what part about making life better for everyone sounds bad to you? I really don't think there's a lot of non-Jays on here. I mean, there might be some, some dumb rednecks, some dumb white dudes, I guess. But I really don't, like, I don't see how I would motivate anyone but dumb Jays and pedophiles to be angry. I don't understand what upsets people. Other than my energy, right? Earlier it was because my energy is so bad. That was funny. Touching my energy through the phone. All right, hang on a second. Let's see here. Hang on. Look at that, I did it. That was pretty good. I'm pretty proud of myself there. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, oh, hallelujah. Oh, shit. Man, this drug dealer lives way out here, huh? There it is. I think we were here for 4th of July. Oh yeah, this is where I want to come when I'm buying cars. These fucking rich people, man. They sell shit. They sell shit. They don't have the same concept of money that we do. Is this it? Which one is it? No, it might be this one. Wait, isn't it? Oh, that's it. Driver, you're doing a great job. I love having a driver. Makes everything so much better. Hang on a second. Hey, how you doing, man? Yeah, I will when I turn on. Yeah, not a problem. You interested in our Jeep? I wish my wife wouldn't let me bring $30. If I would have known, I would have brought them. I definitely have. Next time, maybe. I know people like that. Yeah, wife doesn't let me go out with much money. No more than I'm allowed to spend at any time. Have a good one, man. Oh. God damn, these people live so nice. I wish I lived out here. It's so beautiful. think we did that house right there. It looks like one of ours. Oh. I love drugs. Drugs, drugs, drugs. Doing drugs. Buying drugs. Look at my drugs. Oh, it's drugs. Look at those drugs. You dumb drug addicts. Oh, man. Oh. It's such a strange feeling. Like, I never thought I'd feel so superior. You know? I never thought that I would be at such an incredible level that I feel like a boxer. I make that comparison a lot. Because that's sort of like, I sort of wonder, like, what's it like to be Khabibi? You know? Khabib Nurmagomedov. What's it like to be Mike Tyson? What's it like to be this animal that you know, your name alone makes them shudder, you know, makes people, you know, fear you. Your reputation alone keeps people from getting in the ring with you. Because they know it's just pointless. Why would I get in the ring with that guy? He's a fucking animal, you know? And I can't possibly know what it's like physically, but I can tell you that mentally, you know, I just can't imagine what it's like to be these plebeians, right? These idiots who think they can stop me. It's amazing to me. I just missed my turn. Hang on a second. No, I didn't. Did I come? Yeah, I came this way. Yeah. I tend to look to the left. So I gotta remember to look to the right when I'm trying to find my way home. You know, like the fear, you know, the cowardly fear, like the fans at the wrestling ring, you know, yelling shit from the outside, but when given the opportunity to get in the ring, none of them do. It's amazing. I feel like this monster, and you look at the response. Look at what they do. Look at how terrified they are. Nobody says, "Oh yeah, dude, I'm smarter than you. You know, I can make a better argument than you can." Blah blah blah. None of them do that. Every single one of them cries like a little bitch. And just sits there and you know, whines about me this, me that, me this, me that. Nobody tries to engage me on the Israel conversation, on the J conversation, on the Christian conversation, on any of it. No, none of you have the balls. You're all just cowardly, fucking, like, you know, cowardly fanboys. And it's the craziest thing. Like, I can't imagine being that. I can't. That's so far beneath me. I would never do that shit. I would never talk shit to a Mike Tyson because I know a Mike Tyson would crush me. Now, would I talk shit to a Mike Tyson in a mental capacity? Depending on what it is, yes. But, you know, I would assume he would be adult enough not to actually swing on me, so. But when it comes to this, like, you know, I'm the only one with something to risk here. I'm the only one whose identity is actually known. I'm the only one shooting from the hip. Everything that's said, it's not rehearsed, it's not practiced. And you guys have all of the opportunity in the world to say really, really good shit. You know, you could sit there, you can think about it, make sure all your spelling is and punctuation is on point. And you could say some really, really cool shit. And you don't. You have the chance, no doubt about it. You absolutely have the opportunity to say, like, really cool shit. You don't. Instead, you just obsess over me, and I just, you know, you're like, man, Mike Tyson and all those big, strong muscles. He's got all those big, stupid, huge muscles and all those, you know, skills and stupid skills, and I kick his ass. Like, that's what you're doing. And I'm standing there holding the ring ropes open for you. Come on in. Let's do it. I am so interested to see what you bring to the table. I'm very, very confident that you won't hurt me. I don't even think you'll land a punch. But let's do it. Are you that confident? Or are you just going to keep saying stupid shit? Let's see. I mean, I don't even have to read the comments to know what they say. Obsessed, we feel sorry for you. Yep, Connecticut, and no, we're all FBI. Yeah, still stars. We were gang stalking you. Blah, blah, blah. Like, again, what do you think that is? Right? You have the opportunity to say, you're right, dude. You're dumbass. You've got this wrong. You get this wrong. Blah, blah, blah. Instead, you're going to tell me about, no, we're not scared of you. Yeah, you are. You absolutely are. Tracking your location now. Oh, okay. Like, again, what sort of weirdo would say anything even like that? Like, it's just stupid. It's just stupid. Yep, I do this. Again, instead of, you're gonna talk shit. Like, look at the comments. They're stupid. Not one of them says, first of all, dude, I'm not a pedophile. Fuck that. I think those people should fucking die. But secondly, I think you're wrong about this. And I think that way because of this. Not a single fucking pedo comment says that. They basically all admit to being pedos who, you know, are either J slaves or support Israel, or Jays themselves. That's literally all I deal with. It's the craziest shit. Again, I'm standing in the ring, waiting for you to come throw some knockout blows. Oh, no, I'm going to talk about you and your hair and your beard and you're stupid and you. I'm going to say, yo, but those, I'm telling you that those punches miss. I don't even have to tell you. You can clearly see that you literally, like, you empower me. You motivate me. You make me stronger. If I was wrong about anything, you'd say so, but instead, you resort to this shit. Like, I just can't tell you how empowering it is. Just clowns. Seriously. Like, I couldn't... I couldn't pay you to be better. You know, you're better. Like, obviously I want more of a challenge. That'd be more fun. But as far as making me look better, I don't think you guys could do a better job. You know, all of the stupid comments, again, all they do is basically admit that you're pedophiles. Every time you don't deny it, you're acknowledging it. Every time you don't say, you know, fuck Israel, blah, 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 you're supporting Israel. You're supporting genocide. And the fact that you can't tell me anything I'm wrong about, I mean, if you present me with something, I guarantee I can tell you what you're wrong about. I'm not going to say, wait, let me look at your profile picture. Oh, I don't like your haircut. No. I'm going to address what you say. You know, like a fucking adult. Like an intelligent person would. Oh, you're making this claim? Okay, let me address that claim. Let me debunk that claim. How come that doesn't happen back? That is so weird to me. Quit projecting. Yes, I'm projecting. It's amazing. Yeah. You can, if you want to point out anything anybody said that actually addresses any of the points I make, I'd love to hear it. This is where you say, yeah, but you haven't made any points. Right? I know how this goes. You're nothing. And you're obsessed with me. Like, I can't tell you how flattering it is. You'll probably never experience it. But to know that people could be watching and doing anything else in the world. You could be watching porn. You could be learning. You have Hulu. You could watch any movie you want. You could be playing games. You could be doing anything else in the world. And you're watching me. And you're desperately baiting me, trying to get me to give you attention. Like, that is amazing. There are billions of people, 8 billion people on this planet. And you guys are obsessed with me? I just thank you. Thank you so much. The supporters for sure, but especially these haters that come here every day, all day long, no matter what day, time. They spend all their time with me. First thing in the morning, last thing at night. I'm what's on their brains. In this world of endless entertainment, I'm the thing you focus on. That is spectacular. Spectacular, man. Thank you. Yep. Thank all 10 people. Yeah. I mean, what you call 10, some might call 32, 44, whatever. But yeah, 10 people. It's amazing. And I'm supposed to be like demotivated by that. I'm supposed to be like bothered or threatened by that. Like, dude, are you kidding me? Anything else in the world and you're here with me right now. If anybody can match that quote, you win $1 from yourself. I want you to give yourself $1. You could be anywhere else in the world right now. You're here with me. Wow. I'm telling you, it's such a uplifting, positive thing. You know, if you can inspire this many people to hate you and not even tell you why, that's amazing, you know. Oh yeah, you'd swing on me, Tristan. We all know how smart Tristan is. You'd swing on me and get your little dumb J ass kicked. We all know that. Come on. Tristan spells might, M-I-T-E. You might be able to... Man. Like, that's exactly it. That's the person I'm talking about. This person has been here so many days. So many of the hours of their life have been spent on me because they hate me so much. You know, that's how that works, right? You spend all of your life obsessing over things you hate. That's amazing. And the thing that they hate, of course, is the guy that thinks we should cut off Israel, eliminate the J, control scheme, and kill all the pedophiles. I can totally see why you would hate me. Especially when you're like 2 of those categories. 2 out of 2. Dumb J pedos, man. Geppettos. Somebody should write a song about that. Oh, wait, we did. Fascinating, man. It's fascinating. And like I say, it definitely puts me in that position to where, like, I feel like a Mike Tyson. And unless you can, like, best me in an intellectual argument, like, you can tell me anything good the Jays bring to the world. You can tell me, you can explain to me why genocide's okay, and you can explain why all the pedo stuff is okay, and the Jay slavery of making us all slaves and marking their property and all that shit. Like, go ahead, tell me why that's all cool. Like, I'd love to hear it. I think I'm pretty well read on what I'm supposed to know. It's not like I focus on the conspiracy theory. Alex Jones is controlled opposition dumbass. I don't look to other people. You'll never watch my feed and go, oh, well, he's clearly been watching this other person. He's saying everything this other person said. That'll never happen. And if I do quote somebody else's shit, I always give them credit for it. But like, this is just amazing. It's amazing to think, like, I've actually gotten the attention of the system. The system fears me. The system fears me. Like, the last thing they want is the colleges and universities to stumble across my shit. It's not like there's a bunch of college kids here. So it's all a bunch of bots and little old, angry Jays and stuff. But let me, especially in my music, get to the college campuses, the universities that are already doing all the protesting, and it's over with. They won't be able to stop that. If that catches fire, they won't be able to stop it. Even if they take me out, it won't matter. We have enough material that my shit will last forever. If it ever gets going, that's it. We will be the snowballs that start the avalanche, right? And that's what they fear. That's the thing that has them the most terrified. That's why they spend so much energy, money on me. I mean, money, flat out money. Somebody said something about you can blame the IDF, but you can't blame the Jays, something like that. That's not true. The Jays are the reason why that all happens. Israel is not a real thing. Israel is just an idea. It's the house. The Jays are who builds the house and runs the house. And you don't see the Jays out there, condemning the fact is their cult is a disgusting, horrible cult. Mutilation, molestation of little boys from the time from 8 days on, from the time they're born. The way they think women's vaginas are fucking disgusting and are toxic. The way they just view the rest of us. The whole notion of, oh yeah, we're born chosen by God. The rest of you, if you're not born us, you're Goyim. Everything that isn't us is Goyim. So all of the people the animals, the tables, the chairs, the stuff, everything is goyim if it's not them. This is some arrogance. This is some supremacy on levels that it's unmatched in the world. Nobody else is like that. Not to that fucking level. Not to Samson option levels. No, there aren't plenty. There are some. And do I know any of those people? No. And even if I did, a lot of them are Jays, right? All of them. So again, the fact that you belong to a cult that says that your people, not the Goyim, if the Goyim do it, they get killed. But if your people rape a 3-year-old, a child, as long as they're 3 years and 1 day old, then as long as now you have to pay the full dowry. Once they rape the child now belongs to them in something similar to marriage, but not really marriage, but they have to pay the full dowry to the parents, and now the child kind of belongs to them. When your religion says that, when your cult says that, and it doesn't condemn that shit, I have a problem with it. Especially when you know, like, the pedophilia is a huge problem in their community. Especially when you start going into the Hollywood side of things. They're the ones that have been running the casting couch, and they're the ones that have been doing all the really horrible Hollywood shit the entire time. All the Diddy stuff, all of you dumbasses distracted by Diddy. Diddy was taught how to be Diddy. Diddy was willing to do what most of us aren't willing to do, nasty shit, to get in that position in the first place. But once he got in that position, they were like, oh, this young dumbass, here, yeah, we'll have the parties at your house. You throw the best parties. Obviously, dumbass, now it's all at your house. You get in trouble. But everybody distracted by Diddy and not saying, hey, what about the Jays that have been doing this the whole time? Which is everyone but Suge Knight. Like, you're the problem. The fact that you're sitting here trying to defend a terrible cult that is responsible for genocide and pedophilia and all that, because, well, there's a few good apples in the bunch. Isn't that how the saying goes? A few good apples make the bad apples better? Isn't that how that goes? No. It's the Jays that put Netanyahu, crazy piece of shit Netanyahu, Bezalel Smotrich, Itmar Ben-Gvir, Avi Moaz. It's the Jays that overwhelmingly put them in office in a dictatorship position. Netanyahu can't be removed. Netanyahu will be the prime minister until he quits. They put him in charge knowing that he was planning on wiping out Palestine. Knowing that he was planning on the judicial overhaul that they would then all protest, and in a form of protest say, well, we're just not going to fight. If there's some sort of mass genocide that takes place in the next few months, I don't know, something that hasn't happened, we don't, but let's just say this were to magically happen. Well, the one thing we're going to do in protest is say we won't fight. Don't worry, says Jake Sullivan of the United States. The United States will send 2 soldiers for every one that defects, or for every one, any one J that decides that signs the petition not to fight in protest. They're freedom fighters because they do it in protest. That's called desertion. You get arrested for deserting, but not when you're Jay. Yeah, I'm projecting, because you know all that genocide I commit. Yep, that's me. Always out there committing genocide. That's me with my casting couch. Yep. I'm always making movies where I'm violating children and sexualizing children and all. Yep, that's me. All those Guy Williams productions out there. You know, all that power I have, I'm projecting. I love when people can't answer what I'm talking about, so they say stupid shit. I'm telling you, it's like eating a tender morsel. You're, oh, that's so delicious. Oh, there you go again, stupid. Look how stupid you are. It's amazing, man. It's amazing how stupid these people are. And how much they like I just appreciate it. I can't tell you. If somebody said you could either have these dumbasses on your feed or we could get rid of them, I would never tell you to get rid of them. They're the best. If I'm wrong and this is the best opposition I can get, well, I must not be that wrong. I mean, that's what common sense tells you. Or at least tells me. I can feel the venom in their comments and in their attitudes. Ooh, they're so angry. So if in fact they are so angry, why don't they do a better job? The best thing you could do is knock me down a peg, right? You know, I think I'm super smart. I think I'm better than. So, you know, point out something I'm getting wrong and make me look stupid. Wouldn't that be the best thing to do if you really didn't like me and you wanted me to, like, you know, I don't understand why coming in and being like, hey, you know how you always say that Team Jorge desperately will do this shit and blah, blah, blah. Well, we're gonna play that role just so you don't look stupid. We're gonna provide you with exactly what you're talking about. Just a bunch of, you know, brute force comments to try to change people's opinions and blah blah. We're gonna do that. Like, how else could I better script this? What else could I do to make this shit work out better? Oh, now we've got a MAGA dumbass. A MAGA queen. I can't even read. Oh my God. Dumb females that support Trump. Like, I immediately lose just so much respect for you. And I already know nothing intelligent is going to come out of your mouth. Nothing. I don't have to read any of your comment to know. You're definitely not addressing anything I say. You're so far out of your league. Female Trump supporters have to be some of the dumbest people on the planet. Across the board. I literally don't know how else, like, how you could better openly be like, I'm a fucking idiot. Like, really, what could you say better than, I'm a female Trump supporter? MAGA queen. Good God. Your shit is not functioning well. What the fuck? Man. Trump supporters are the dumbest people. Try to ask them why they support Trump. The borders! The food prices! I don't even know. I don't remember what the third one is. Borders, the economy, and whatever. Racism. Like, the whole borders thing is just such racist. It's so crazy how they figured out a way to allow white people to be racist, like openly racist, and hide behind, you know, political shit. I guess that's kind of how it's always been. It's just you now see it so much more because of the internet and shit like that. So you experience it more than you ever would have generations before. But man, is it just amazing how, you know, you try to have intelligent, okay, oh, so you support Trump? All right, well, what is it? Oh, well, the economy. What about the economy? Well, it was better. How? Oh, the gas prices. Yeah, the gas prices were a little bit better for a little while. But I'm pretty sure that's literally like the thing that they gave you so that you had something. Because Trump really doesn't have anything to do with the gas prices, which, it was shown in the fact that by the time he was on his way out, the prices were all going back up. And gas prices always fluctuate. Like $3 a gallon, we were here before. That's what happens. It's one of those dumb things that you think, like, it's so funny to think, like, what do Trump supporters, what do people that vote actually think the president does? Like, do you honestly think that's a job you couldn't do? You couldn't play golf and eat food and go to work a couple hours a day, and like, other than the push the button, give the okay to drop munitions on helpless brown people, I couldn't do that part. I couldn't do all the racist shit. But that job is so easy. All those politician jobs, those jobs are... Why do you think they fight so hard for them? It's not like they're out there changing the world and making things better and fighting for our rights and all that other shit. They're clearly lobby puppets, and they're clearly out, like obviously that job paying them hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, best healthcare plan possible. Like, obviously that shit works really well for them. It's not nearly as hard as you would think it was. You got guys like Mitch McConnell who are like, if you've seen that guy and how he fucking spaces out and fall, like, that dude is clearly gone. He makes Ronald Reagan look like a fucking genius at this point. That he would still be in office is just... I mean, I don't know why I would be called crazy for saying conspiracy at that point. There's not a person alive that looks at Mitch McConnell and goes, hey, Mitch, can you come tell me how to live my life? Why don't you come over to my house? I'll put you up, and you can just make all the decisions for everything that goes on in my life from here on out. Nobody in their right fucking mind would do that. And yet he's one of the top politicians in the country. Him and Lindsey Graham, little dandy Lindsey Graham. Oh, and he's special. Oh, isn't he just the bee's knees, little old Lindsey Graham? It's fucking insane. Lindsey Graham being one of the most staunchly anti-gay politicians is just... How is that possible? How does anyone buy that man is a fucking heterosexual? Lindsey Graham, isn't he a dandy, y'all? I don't know, man. If you buy any of it at this point, you're a fucking idiot. None of that shit's real. If you lived through the 2016 election and you still think that your vote matters, I don't know what would it take? What would have to happen for you to finally say, it's all a bunch of rigged bullshit, I won't support this anymore? What would it take? Donald Trump lost by 2.7 million fucking votes. 2.7 million more people. You can't even fathom what 2.7 million people looks like. You know, if you were to put 2.7 million people in a fucking, you know, you would have to have multiple stadiums all on top of each other. Like, you just can't imagine what that looks like. And that many people, which I would imagine is a decent percentage of the amount of people that actually fucking still fall for that stupid shit and voted in the first place. But 2.7 million more people voted for Hillary than Trump. And the swamp, the J fucking swamp that Trump swore he was gonna drain the swamp. Drain the swamp. That same swamp for the first time, well, for the third time in history, and the first time since George Bush Jr. won both times. The Electoral College has to step in because we just, you know, I know we voted for for somebody else, but we just didn't get it right. We didn't get the fucking vote right. We voted unanimously for the other person, but they know better. Go, man. What the fuck are you doing? There's a turn lane. Why are you going so slow in the driving lane when there's a fucking turn lane? You clown. I find it fascinating, man. Fascinating. How does anybody still take that shit seriously? And then, in the next election, we've all been locked down by Trump, mind you. The Trump people locked us down. We weren't allowed to visit our grandparents in the fucking old folks' homes. We shouldn't see each other. We should be fearful of each other. We shouldn't touch each other. We shouldn't love each other. You got crazy people wrapping their kids in bubble wrap just so they can get a hug from grandma and grandpa. You know, they made us hate each other. And told us we were all gonna die, and yet here we are all these years later. We're all not dead. And the only thing that we could do, the only thing we were allowed to do was go stand in long lines so we could vote. And I loved how for the 2020 campaign, you didn't see it this time around, but for the 2020 campaign, there were all these commercials aimed at getting black people to vote. All these commercials in the barber shop, because, you know, black people got to be in the barber shop. Black people hanging out in the barbershop talking about, hey, yo, man, you know, we can't be complaining about the president if we ain't be out there voting, dog. Yeah, son, I'm going to go out there and get my vote on, dog. Such insulting fucking stereotypical bullshit to try to get 13% of the population to vote. Why would you give a shit if 13% of the population votes? More importantly, the Jays make up 2 to 4% of the population, which means 1 to 2% can vote. Why would anyone care so much more about the Jay vote than anyone else? They only make up, at best, 2% of the voting population. And I doubt it's that. Blacks only make up 13, so you'd think maybe like 7% can vote. White people make up 59% of the population, unless, because, white people are racist like this. Unless the people have Hispanic in their backgrounds and only consider themselves white. Then that number drops to 55% of the population. Such racist stupidity. But to think that any candidate would waste any fucking time trying to get the Jays to 1 to 2%. What the fuck are you talking about? Who gives a fuck? That should be the least of your worries. Yet, that's number one, boy. That's number one, baby. Gotta get that J vote. It's such an obvious... It's so obvious. The whole conspiracy is so fucking obvious. And it's the one conspiracy I've always heard of and have always been told I'm not allowed to talk about. So whether it's believe it or not, I'm just not allowed to talk about it. Ask questions, nothing. And it's always been there. All your grandparents, all your parents, they all believe it. They all know. Who controls the money? Who controls the entertainment industry? Who controls the government? We all know. And yet they've brainwashed you into thinking that you shouldn't say that. It's a terrible thing. It's a racist slur to say that one group of people has all the money and the power and the control. How dare you? Such a slur. I know I would be just super offended if everybody was like, it's the halfies that control the world. Oh man, yeah, we have all the money. Oh, that's so bad. How dare you say I have money? Oh, that's bad. How dare you say we have power and control? That's racist. It's so stupid. You are so stupid if you fall for that shit. And the thing is, most of you do. All somebody has to do is say, that's anti-Semitic. That's anti-Semitism. And because you're too stupid, you don't know what words mean. You go, oh, no, dude, no, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. Instead of correcting them. If they say that that's anti-Semitism, you proudly say, yes, it is. Thank you. Thank you for acknowledging that. I am very opposed to supremacy. I do not believe in a policy or predisposition favorable to the Jays. If they call you anti-Semitic, you should be like, hey, fuck you. That's not cool. I love Palestinian people. I love Egyptian people. I love Syrian people and Lebanese people and Yemenis people. That whole region is considered Semitic. The Jays think they own everything, but they don't own that word. However, Semitism, that one's theirs. And it means their supremacy. So if you're not opposed to that, you're an idiot. I don't know what else to say. Obviously, the world is as bad as it is because they want it to be. So let's hold them accountable. Go get your free download. Links in the description. Oh, go. What the fuck? Why are you here so late? Actually, you could have been here a while ago. I don't really know. But, yeah. Do you like the ace of all trades? What the fuck is that? Oh, yeah, he's a piece of shit. That's a troll. Anyway, yeah. Go get your free download. And, as always, pedophiles, kill yourself.